shadows. A strange, disfigured man watches his every move.
Fighting out of Calgary, Alberta, please welcome Jesse Enns.
Jesse Enns making his way down to the cage, making his amateur debut at 34 years old, has a Muay Thai background and thinks he'll do well in MMA, and that's why he's making the transition. Figures his striking will give him an advantage over Shane Ryan.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot of success from Muay Thai fighters in the past. Clearly one of the more simple but very effective striking styles that has made the transition to MMA, and it's probably the most dominant striking style in the mixed sport now.
Hard Knocks fans, so you know, the 50-50 draw will take place after this bout. And now, welcome the opponent from Airdrie, Alberta, Canada. This is Shane Ryan.
Shane Ryan making his way down to the cage, formerly out of Arashido in Airdrie, now called Bellegarde Dragons MMA University, as he gets set to come in and looking for his first win in his third amateur bout. 0-1-1. The last fight was a draw, and not necessarily happy with the draw. Thought he might have gotten out the better of the two fighters, but a 10-pound round in that draw left Shane Ryan with the 0-1-1 record.
Yeah, and you know, a guy who's coming into this fight and he's, you know, not pleased the last decision. So he's going to go out there and make sure that it doesn't have to be a decision this time. And the only way to make sure that the fight and the outcome comes out in your favor is to finish it before it gets to the scorecard.
And he says it's always interesting talking to the fighters about what they know about their opponent. And he says he doesn't know anything about his opponent's fighting style, but he says that he's doing too much talking on Facebook. And Shane Ryan not happy with how Jesse Enns has been talking on Facebook, and is looking to maybe correct Jesse's opinion of him as he steps into the cage.
You know, and that's sort of an interesting thing we've seen in the new world of mixed martial arts, is the emergence of the technology as well. And you see these rivalries start to heat up on Twitter and on Facebook, and then they play out in the cage.
And now, over the official introductions. In the Blind Monk Urban Pub blue corner, he's 34 years old, stands 6 feet tall. He weighed in at 190.5 pounds, fighting out of SBD Martial Arts in Calgary. Please welcome Hard Knocks fighter, Jesse Ronan Enns.
And fighting out of the Two Amigos and Company red corner, he's 32 years old, stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, and weighed in at 197 pounds. Fighting out of Bellegarde Dragons and MMA University out of Airdrie. Please welcome Hard Knocks fighter, Shane Ryan.
This bout will be contested under amateur rules. The referee in charge of the action is John Brock.
All right, gentlemen, you both know the rules. I expect a clean, fair fight. Obey my commands, protect yourselves at all times. If you're gonna touch gloves, do it now. Good luck.
So a small show of disrespect from Shane Ryan towards his opponent, looking to touch gloves and no dice, and both of these guys come out quickly. One throwing a kick, the other landing a punch, and now it's Shane Ryan raining down punches on Jesse Enns, who's up against the cage, and a huge knee to the face, and that will be a point for sure. No knees, and this fight may be over as Jesse Enns is down. This fight is over, as I believe a disqualification.
It'll be interesting to see why John Brack was originally moving in there. You know, he may have been moving in because Jesse Enns hadn't shown a capacity to defend himself. He'd been turtling from several strikes for a while, and then he moved in. We'll see what John Brack was doing here.
Well, and Shane Ryan making a huge mistake here, as you're about to see on the replay. I mean, Jesse Enns really not doing anything. You know, that might have been to the stomach.
Yeah, I don't think that was anywhere near the head, and I'm not sure if John Brack thought was already moving in to stop the fight for a lack of defense.
And Shane Ryan looks happy, so I can't imagine he's been informed it's a disqualification loss. So we'll hear what the official decision is.
You know, and I'll be honest, this is not boxing. This is mixed martial arts. And the rule at the end of the fight, which fighters have to understand, is you must be intelligently defending yourself. And it doesn't matter if you haven't been knocked out. It doesn't matter if you haven't gone to the ground. You're not showing a capacity to defend yourself. You're not progressing the fight. The fight will be stopped.
A special thank you goes to the Blackfoot Inn, the official hotel for fighters and out-of-town guests. Their generosity with rooms for the Hard Knocks fighters and fans is greatly appreciated.
A special thanks goes out to the Blackfoot Inn for providing rooms for the fighters, and obviously they do a preferred rate for out-of-town fans that come in. Also, home of the Laugh Shop, where I've done stand-up comedy on occasion.
Brought to you by SB Experience. The winner by referee stoppage due to unanswered blows at 24 seconds in the first round, in the red corner, Shane Ryan.
So what we thought might have been a disqualification loss turns out to be
Shane,
a winner by stoppage, and now he'll chat with
Shane,
Jay.
so in your last fight, you were disappointed with the draw. Looks like we came out on top this time.
Oh yeah, I wasn't leaving it to the judges this time.
So what's next for your MMA career?
I got one more fight in Medicine Hat with some ground and pound. We're gonna light him up there too. Then maybe pro, who knows?
And who made it possible for you to be here tonight?
I'd like to thank Bellegarde Dragons out of Airdrie, Kickboxing, Muay Thai, MMA University, new club I joined up with. Thanks to Tim and all the boys down there for getting me prepared. Woo!
Let's hear it again for your winner, Shane Ryan.
So, you know, we see the end of that fight. We've seen it a couple times.
Hard
in
Knocks
replay
fans, we want you to just hang in there for 1 second because we've got our 50-50 draw to come up here in just a moment.
So, what you see at the end of that fight is we see Shane Ryan delivering several powerful hooks over and over again to the fighter. Enns is turtled. Punches are getting through. Some aren't, but you see his head moving back and forth. He's not looking at the other fighter, and then there's a powerful knee landed, and Enns collapse. Now, John Brack moves in there to stop the fight because the fighter wasn't defending himself, and he's dropped by a heavy knee.